Good morning, 6th class students. Today is Thursday, and we are discussing about our second chapter, components of food. We already discussed about the carbohydrates, and now we have to see a science bits, that is some examples or a form of types of carbohydrates. That is, glucose is a simple carbohydrate which directly enters into blood and produce energy through respiration. It is an instant source of energy. Instant source of energy means it's a quick energy supplements for our body. Now second is fructose. It is also a simple carbohydrate found in fruits. It means fruit sugar is known as fructose. Second is sucrose. Sucrose is made up of glucose and fructose. It means table sugar, which we generally use in our home. Lactose is found in milk. It is a type of lactose is also a type of carbohydrates. Maltose is found in wheat. Okay, sucrose, lactose, maltose are disaccharides. It means more than sugars, and while glucose and fructose are monosaccharides. Okay, so this is only science bits and examples for our carbohydrates. Now it is turn for our today's activity, that is 2.1, to test the starch. Starch is a type of carbohydrates in our food. We already discussed about that. Now what are the requirements for this activity? A small quantity of food item, maybe bread or potato, we will take, and dilute iodine solution. Dilute iodine solution, generally a reagent which can be used to test the starch. Now the preparation of iodine solution, we can take some tincture iodine to test, half filled with water. It means tincture iodine generally we used when sensation of burning or any wound during the playing or like that. So this tincture iodine is to test half filled with water. Now procedure: take a small amount of food items or raw ingredients such as potato slice or bread slice. So first in this test tube we will take a small amount of potato slice or bread slice. Put 2-3 drops of iodine solution. When we will take this potato slices or bread slice, after that 2-3 drops, here look, this is the dropper by which we are just dropping 2-3 drops of iodine solution. Then observation. Observe if there is any change in color of food item. So when it turns blue black, this indicates that it contains a starch. It means if the color is we get here blue black color, you can watch here. This is the showing that blue black color is here. This contains the starch. This test can be prepared with other food item also. It means if you want to know any food items contain starch or not, you can try this activity on that particular food item. Okay, with the iodine solution. It means if the blue black color will come, and after the food, when we are adding the 2-3 drops of this iodine solution, this shows that starch is present. Starch is present means it's the presence of carbohydrates. These tests can be repeated with the other food items also. It again the color changes. This took place is blue black. The food items contain starch, and if there is no such color change, then the food items does not contain starch. So understood? It means if there is no color will come, then it doesn't contain any starch. Okay. So now this is the time for our next activity, that is activity 2.2, to test the protein. Requirements: small quantity of food items such as egg or white, because you know about that egg and egg white contains too much amount of protein. Test tube, water, copper sulfate solution, caustic soda solution. Okay, this chemical reagent we need to test this activity. It means to test the protein. Now the procedure: prepare a copper sulfate solution by dissolving 2 grams of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water. It means we are preparing a freshly prepared copper sulfate solution by the 2 grams of copper sulfate, white in color, and when we will dissolve in 100 ml of water, its color will be in blue color. Okay. Prepare a caustic soda. Okay, NaOH is okay. This caustic soda generally we can use at our home to prepare soap, okay, the cleansing soap, okay. This solution by dissolving 10 gram of caustic soda in 100 ml of water. So these are the procedure for us: 2 gram of copper sulfate in 100 ml and 10 gram of caustic soda in 100 ml of water. Take a small quantity of food item to be tested for the presence of protein. So small quantity, the quantity of food, and we are selecting here quantity of food are egg white. So presence of protein, put in a test tube and add 10 drops of water to it. 10 drops of water to it. Shake it well and put 2 drops of copper sulfate to it and put 10 drops of copper caustic soda solution. So you can see, first we will 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and then 10 drops of caustic soda solution, the test tube. Shake the test tube well and allow the test tube stand for a few minutes. It means after adding the caustic soda and copper sulfate solution, then few minutes you have to stand and then shake and then stand for a few minutes. If violet color changes takes place, it indicates the presence of protein. It means if the violet color will come here, look, if here we are adding some caustic soda or copper sulfate solution here, okay, and after adding of this, if we are first here we are adding egg white, okay, after that here it is a copper sulfate solution, okay, 2 drops, and here it is 10 drops of caustic soda, and if we can see here the color of violet color comes, it means this is the showing of presence of proteins in our food items. Repeat this above mentioned procedure in case of different food items. It means if you want to know any food items contain protein, then you can repeat this activity with the same procedure. It means take a food material, inside that add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution here, 10 drops of caustic soda solution here, shake it all and allow the stand for a few minutes, okay. So if you will get a violet color, then it will show the presence of proteins in our food items, okay. Next is to test the fats. It means our food contains fats or not, we have to test by the procedure. Requirements: a small quantity of food items such as butter, almonds, a piece of paper. Take a small bit of food item. Why we are selecting butter and almond? Because these two food items contain a too much amount of fat or oily. These are oily products, okay. So take a small bit of food item, wrap the food item in a piece of paper, and with the help of crusher crush the food item. Observation: now stain the paper and observe it carefully. If there is an oily patch on the paper, it is due to the fat present in food item. Try to put the paper with oily patch towards the lighted bulb. If you can see the light faintly, the food item contains fat, okay. So you know about that, the patches of oily, when you are preparing your food, it means food for your lunch at a school, generally you can see your newspaper paper or any paper are just having a patch of oily food, maybe of the paratha or vegetables, which is a food for your lunch, okay. So the patches of oily droplets, okay, making the opaque surface of that particular time, which is showing the presence of fat. The food items contain fat. In case there is a no oily patch, okay, if there is a no oily patch present after crushing the food item, the food items contains no fat. It means if there is a crushing like wheat or rice, if we are crushing and if there is a no oily patches on that, then it means it's showing that there is a not presence of fat inside the food. Now we are seeing some important sources and functions of different vitamins. It means what are the sources and what are the functions of their particular vitamins. So like look here, this is the vitamin A. Sources are main: spinach, mango, carrot, papaya, milk, okay. Milk is a complete food, we already discussed earlier also, okay. And what are the functions of that? Helps to maintain the normal night vision and promotes the growth. It means promotes the growth and night vision, because sometimes in the absence of vitamin A, it means if there is a deficiency of vitamin A, then there is a no normal night vision. It means in the dim light the person cannot see clearly the outside objects, okay. So vitamins A sources are spinach, mango, carrot, papaya and milk. Second is vitamin B. Our sources are peas, milk, banana, grains, beans. Okay, these are the examples, or sorry, sources for our vitamin B. And what is the function of this vitamin B? It means if the lack of this vitamin B, then what are the deficiency will produce in our body. So it means if the presence of vitamin B, then it improves the growth. It means if there is a not presence, then growth can be retarded. It means maybe growth can be stopped or reduced. Lactation during pregnancy and formation of healthy blood. It means during the pregnancy, formation of formation of milk inside the woman also can be done by the vitamin B, and formation of healthy blood. Healthy blood also can be done by vitamin B. Now the vitamin C, the sources are amla, lemon, orange, tomato, guava. Keep our teeth and gums healthy and prevents scurvy. Scurvy is a disease of gums, okay, and this can having a deficiency of only the vitamin C. Vitamin C are having only in the fruits like a sour fruit like amla, lemon, orange, tomato and guava. In the absence of this food, if we are having the deficiency or may having a lacking of this vitamin C, then may we get or maybe we can having the patients of scurvy diseases. Okay, disease of gums. It means in this diseases generally from the teeth the bleeding will come. Okay, bleeding will come. So and next is vitamin D. Vitamin D having in the milk, butter, egg and sunlight. Milk, butter, egg and sunlight, and helps in normal growth of bones and teeth. It means normal growth of bones and teeth only can be done with the help of vitamin D. Now the vitamin E. And the main are green leafy vegetables for the vitamin E: tomato, butter, sprouted moong. When the moong are just rinsed with water, first clear with water, and then for 7 to 8 hours just make inside the water and after that one night stand with the wet clothes. It can be a change into the sprouted moong. Maintains the normal reproduction of life, by which the multiplications of the human beings or any species can be maintained by the vitamin E. Now the vitamin K, having the main sources are cauliflower, cabbage, tomato and egg, and helps in clotting of blood during any injury. Blood clotting means stopping and coagulation of blood. It means sometime if we got any injury, then it should be stoppage of the blood from the injured place. So it can be clotting of this blood. You know about that some dryness will come after that blood coming. So after that injury, the clotting only is due to the vitamin K. And you know about the source of cauliflower, cabbage and tomato and egg. So you can see the examples of vitamins. These are the sources, and what are the deficiency problems and what will be the lacking of these problems. We can see by the functions. It means if there is no presence of these vitamins in our body, then our normal growth of bones and reproductive life and teeth, gums and formation of healthy blood will not be formed. Okay, so thank you.